Nashville at Nissan Stadium. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. With Charles Brennan Gaudin alongside, as always, my partner Charles Davis and CD. In the few moments here before kickoff, let's give these folks at home a look at these two offenses by the numbers. What stands out to you?
Brandon, I just continue to be amazed by the analytics of the game, and it's an area where I continue to concentrate and study because I'm still trying to figure out how coaches and coordinators can really crunch the numbers and find where exactly on the field a defense is vulnerable. It's the game within the game. And if you really dive into it, it can be endlessly fascinating.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And Derrick Henry with the ball in his hands, what a sight to behold, because power and speed involved in every touch for him. Coming off another spectacular season with the Titans, he became the first since LaDainian Tomlinson in 2006 and 2007 to win 2 straight rushing titles, and he did it with style too. Just the 8th man to top 2,000 yards and the first since Adrian Peterson in 2012. He has his sights set on another 2,000-yard season.
The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 15 carries, 93 yards.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now, number 3 in the league in rushing, within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage of that too.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And this time they were waiting for it as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Back to throw, Tannehill. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Josh Reynolds that time. And that takes us from second to third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Now Allen. And he rifles one incomplete. Cole Beasley the intended target, but it'll be second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So a first catch for him in the ball game. And you know the scuttlebutt has been he's not getting enough touches, enough catches, not feeling involved enough in the offense, so maybe that can get him going.
You and I both know that there's not a wide receiver alive that ever feels like in any game he got enough touches, even if he got 15, right? We all know that. But there's also not an offensive coordinator alive, a play caller, that isn't smart enough to get the ball to them and often that will keep his position.
Allen's throw is complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. But what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And fortunately, the Bills jump on it and get it back.
A a lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
"37 yards on the punt with no return, and it'll be Titan football. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. A 1st down carry for Henry. Strong run, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Working the middle here, that's complete to Knox, the tight end. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, plays happen, let it go. It's over. Instead, it creates a penalty.
We're scoreless after 1. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession. As they, and it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Josh Reynolds, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Well, we had the scoreless 1st quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the 2nd quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the 1st quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play. Just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
Barely got the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Returning it, Isaiah McKenzie. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
Oh, man, can't do that.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
On 1st down, Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he's taken down inside the 30. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a 1st down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Steps away to his left. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
On second down now, it's Henry. And they regroup defensively after the broken tackle, getting to him just beyond the 45. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now is Allen. He hits Beasley right side. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup there. To throw again on second down. Allen being chased out left. 1st down and more for Allen. And he'll even avoid the contact in the end as he will finally slide to a halt. It's a gain of 35.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Going to throw deep for the end zone. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense set to go again. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Derrick Henry and the rest of the Titans offense about ready to roll again.
He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense?
Derrick Henry all alone. Past the 20. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, it doesn't matter where you put him, lined up in the backfield or split out like he was there. He can be a weapon when he gets that ball in his hands.
And plenty to praise on the play, but this is also a bit of a breakdown defensively because you've got to be right on him when he makes the catch. Otherwise, he has the ability to really make you pay, and he does right there, picking up excellent real estate after the catch.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills.
And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd and 12, Allen flushed out right. And he's got his man here, Beasley. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. Buying time to his left. And this is caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That's good for 28 yards.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense could get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. On play action, Allen rolling to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bills have broken the tie.
I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Finding Knox there, complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. First down and much more for Henry. And all the way up to the 46. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Throw left side complete. That's Henry. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over to spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
A final shot before half for Allen. Forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Marlon Mack, over 100 yards in the victory with 2 touchdown runs as well. From there, let's get over to the Rockies to check out the Broncos at home in Denver. And things didn't go so well, as it was the visiting Raiders who come in and grab the victory. Kenyon Drake, a touchdown run in the victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Buffalo in that first half. And they're passing.
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. McKenzie returning it. And able to get this out to the 25. So here are the Bills to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Gordon. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen out to his left. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. They'll try the right side this time here with Gordon. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Play action. Now it's Allen. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. That one covers 29 yards. First down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year. And the Bills will extend their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially. But you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Here's Allen to throw it. Dancing to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Titans now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. 44 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Going up top. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. On 1st down, Tannehill. That's into the hands of Reynolds. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in there. And this time he is in. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Titans are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. On the left side, he finds Beasley. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen eluding the pressure right. And this is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, and now it's 3rd down. To the air, Allen. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Allen going to go on 4th down. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Allen to throw once more. Steps away to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Escaping the pressure right. And that's checked down to Gordon. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he finds Beasley complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football,
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Jonnu Smith, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. The extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they will set up shop red zone territory at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now Allen. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. From the gun, it's Allen. That'll be taken in by Beasley. Touchdown, Buffalo. Cole Beasley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Taking it about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. Fresh off the pick 6, it's Tannehill. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Reynolds. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. To throw is Tannehill. He's got his tight end, Anthony Ferkser. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now Tannehill. A check down here for Henry. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, the U.S.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick. 20, 10, and he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach told us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this fourth quarter.
And some space here. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big pickup of 38.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
On second and very short, Tannehill. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
The Titans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Tannehill throwing again.
And that one almost intercepted. Boy, he's got 2 already, nearly a third, but not to be, and it's fourth down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They'll run for it with Henry. First down and much more for Henry. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
So how about the fortitude there? They're in field goal range, but they say, no, forget the 3. We think we can get the first, and they wind up getting a lot more than they bargained for.
And I love how you used an SAT word to describe what we just saw there, partner. That's got to be a deflated defense. You see the head down, the shoulders slumped. But we've talked about this before. Sometimes as a defense, you get so wrapped up in defending the first down line that that's your last line of defense. And once they get past that, they're gone.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand.
Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player.
Second and 10.
While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
On second and 10, Allen eluding the pressure right.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Allen taking it himself. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
2 yards is the pickup, and the Bills are going to have a first down.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
So Allen's going to look to throw. And this one caught by Beasley. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
Allen with a throw caught by Diggs.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Escaping the pressure. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage. But instead, he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Reynolds with a catch out on the right side.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Looking to throw again on second down. Tannehill, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Tannehill. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And they got the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
Buffalo set to get the football back here. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. On the move to his left. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Allen. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be brought down after a gain of about 9, and compounding things, it's now 3rd down as well. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Throwing now is Allen. Being chased out left. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed on the defense with that incompletion.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Now Allen again. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.